We are watching what is happening on Capitol Hill this morning, where Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell is testifying for a second day. Brian, this is in front of the House Budget Committee. Yesterday it was in front of the Joint Economic Committee. So what are we expecting essentially from today's testimony?
So his prepared remarks are the exact same as the ones that he delivered to the Joint Economic Committee yesterday in the morning. And what's interesting was that the buzzwords from a monetary policy standpoint, where that current monetary policy appears to be likely to be appropriate for the current time being, which means that, translation, they're probably on pause right now. The Federal Reserve cut interest rates in 3 consecutive meetings this year. The question after that, in the most recent meeting being October 30th, is, well, if the Fed stops at this point in time, how long will they remain on pause before they make another move? Powell said that there's no upside risk of them raising rates. He made that very clear in the last meeting, but I think people were closely watching the hearing yesterday and will be closely watching the hearing today to see if there's any sort of clues on whether or not there could be another cut coming sometime in the future. For what it's worth, the Fed funds futures markets and investors at large aren't expecting anything in the Fed's last meeting, which is December 11.
What I'm always paying close attention to is President Trump and his reaction to whatever Fed Powell is saying, Fed Chair Powell. And basically what you're seeing is that he's saying, you know what, we are done cutting rates at this point. But that's really not resonating with President Trump. He's continuing to tweet at him. And also what I liked about what Powell said is that if there actually is a recession and the U.S. economy goes south, it's going to take fiscal policy. That means Washington legislators actually taking action, not just waiting on the Fed to do something here.
Yeah, well, the Fed only has interest rates between 1.5, 1.75%. So it's not a lot of ammunition to work with. But President Trump saying that he would really like to see negative interest rates even. And Jay Powell telling Congress yesterday that's not something that the Fed is currently considering. So he'll probably rehash that yet again on Capitol Hill in his testimony today.
Again, on your screen, you're seeing Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell. He is testifying in front of the House Budget Committee today, and we will be monitoring for any breaking news from that.
Hey investors, Zach Guzman here. Are you interested in learning more about the markets and getting the latest financial news? Well, then click right here to subscribe to our Yahoo Finance YouTube channel. Get the latest up-to-the-minute market analysis, big interviews in the world of finance, and information on how to manage your money every day wherever you are.